welcome back to Central News. Now, there is a certain Tuesday every November that the hats and the fascinators come out. People rally around their television sets or they head out to events in their town. What am I talking about? The Melbourne Cup, of course. It's a major event. It happens every year. And in Cambridge, it's going to be a big one this year. Joining me now to tell us all about it is Phillip, Quay and Michael Head. Welcome to the show, both of you.
Nice to see you.
Now, Phillip, I mean, is this a big one this year? It's the 150th anniversary of the Melbourne Cup. It's going to be big.
It is going to be big. The 150th Melbourne Cup is very special. We've just had the Melbourne Cup here in New Zealand over the last week, and it's been all over the place. And the interest in the Cup this year and the interest in our Cambridge Melbourne Cup event is huge.
Yeah, because the Cambridge event is always going to be big because, you know, it is a major thing for you guys.
It is a major thing. I mean, Cambridge, and we celebrated this over the last week, has bred 14 Melbourne Cup winners, which is just huge. And I think, you know, Cambridge Melbourne Cup really celebrates the success that we've had in the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, so what will be happening this year?
In terms of the events we've got for Cambridge Melbourne Cup Day, we've got a fashion parade which is going to be sponsored by the base, and we've got a fashion contest where the winner of that gets entry into the Fashion on the Field contest in Melbourne the following year, and that's just an amazing opportunity for people.
Yeah, oh gosh, that would be a fantastic opportunity for the following year though, so they've got a whole year to prepare, which is great.
So they can get lots of gear together for the following year.
Yeah, because I know, I mean, it's always a huge time in Cambridge, the Melbourne Cup, but this year I know it's clashing with the World Rowing Championship, so how's that working out?
We actually very well for us and for the rowing people. We've been talking to rowing people for about a year and a half now, and we decided about March this year that what we'll do is actually a JV on November the 2nd, and the World Rowing is in the morning, stops about 2 o'clock, and then it switches over to the horse racing. We'll have TAB facilities at Lake Karapiro Mighty River Domain, so people can bet on the horses. We'll have live action from Flemington, which of course we have the only licensed event outside of Flemington in this country. So it'll be all go. We have hospitality packages, as Phillip said. We have the Fashion on the Fields contest and a fashion parade, and it'll just be an action-packed day. A lot of fun. Yeah,
fantastic if you can work in with the rowing champs. I mean, everything's already there, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, the caterers are there, the big screen tally, so it made it a lot easier for us this year, but also adds value to their event because they're all about adding value to the rowing. So it's just a unique situation. It'll never ever happen again where World Rowing's on at the same time as the Melbourne Cup, let alone in a special place like Cambridge. So it's a win-win for everyone. It's going to be a very special day.
Yeah, extremely special. And I think because you've got the whole world watching, you know, the rowing champs, so they'll all be watching the Melbourne Cup events in Cambridge as well.
Yeah, well, you've got something like 250 media from all over the world. So, you know, the opportunity to brand Cambridge, to brand the Melbourne Cup at this event is just going to be huge. I mean, we've got a wonderful afternoon planned. And I mean, we've got the return of the New Zealand eights to the water and the rowing in the morning. That's just going to be magical. And in the afternoon, the horse racing action from Flemington Racecourse live over the big screens. Just something you can't afford to miss.
Yeah, and I mean, is there a huge support for you guys in Cambridge? I mean, are people getting right in behind you?
Absolutely, yeah. And wider than Cambridge as well. I mean, it's a lot of interest around Hamilton. I hear through the grapevine that, you know, people are really talking about this day, and I think we'll have a good crowd.
Yeah, coming along, especially Fashion in the Field. I mean, that's got to be the big one. The ladies can kind of get involved. Yeah. You say the major prize is get to go over to Melbourne Cup next year.
Correct, and we're very appreciative of the fact, you know, we've got our major sponsor in Select involved in the event this year, Select hotel chain, and that's sort of making the fashion component quite unique in itself as well. So the winner goes over to Melbourne the following year. They get the airfares covered, and obviously their entry into one of the most important fashion events in Melbourne, and in fact the whole of Australia, the Fashion on the Field at the Melbourne Cup Carnival. Just a unique event.
And a very unique prize,
It is, you know, like, I mean, for people, it's also what comes out of it, because Gracie Taylor won the event last year. She's off to Flemington this year to compete on Melbourne Cup Day in the fashion contest over the year. And the opportunities that are starting to come together for Gracie, you know, the profile out of this event, and it really creates a whole future for these people who win that contest.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not just for the ladies, is it? I mean, huge family day, isn't it?
Look, it's a family day. Come along to the Domain. It's I think entry is $19.95 to get into the Domain. There's cafes, you know, little food stalls and a public bar situation there. There's a lot of entertainment. I think we have the Hauraki Band on that day, and then there's the hospitality, so you can do it in style. $3,500 is the top end package, $3,500 for a table of 10, first class all the way, table service, all you can drink, all you can eat, gold section, grandstand seats for the rowing in the morning. So look, you've got world class rowing in the morning, action-packed racing in the afternoon, TAB facilities, just wonderful.
Gosh, you can't really go wrong, can you? Sounds like a bit of me.
I think one of the things about this event is that if you can't be at Flemington Racecourse, this is really the best place to be. It's going to be the closest thing to being at Flemington, and it's all about dressing up, come out, dress up, have fun, drink a bit of champagne and really have a great day out.
Yeah, because the race itself is so short, it's so quick, so you have to enjoy the rest of your day.
That's
really,
right.
don't you?
It's all over in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Exactly.
This year it's 5 o'clock New Zealand time.
And of course we'd love to see another New Zealand horse win the race this year.
I mean, what do you do? Have you got any tips about picking the right horse?
Well, Sir Patrick Hogan's got a great chance this year with Precedence, and I think if you ever look through the history books, there's a lot of formulas. Bart Cummings, if he's got a horse in the race, it's always got to be a huge chance because of his record. And the Sir Tristram, Zabeel, Bloodlines, they always seem to come through in these big races. So, I think the advice would be to look at the history book, look at the trainers, the jockeys, and the sire lines of the Melbourne Cup winners in the past, because they just keep coming back every year.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be a New Zealand horse?
Well, I'm backing Sir Patrick. We have to. He backs our event, and so I'll definitely be backing his horse this year to see how we go. He's pretty confident he's going to come in with the leader. He's actually got a video on our website where he says, if you can't be at Flemington, be at Lake Karapiro this year, and watch out for me. I'll have a runner, and I'll be leading that horse in. So he's pretty confident. Let's face it, he's probably one of the most successful breeders in the country, if not the world. So I think I'll be putting a bit of money on his horse.
Just a little bit.
And if we're looking for another one, from a New Zealand point of view, I think Harris Tweed will be the best chance this year. Harris Tweed, trained by the Bakers, I think he's going to be a big chance. And in terms of if it's not a New Zealand horse, I think last year's winner Shocking is going to be very hard to beat again.
Oh, excellent.
Now, we'll have a tipster there on the day, so anyone coming out will get some good advice. Phillip will be one of those tipsters. He picks winners. He's what he doesn't know about horses isn't really worth knowing. We've got the right company to give us a hand on the day for us novices.
Who don't know. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you all the best. I'll be there.
Great.
I'm excited.
Look forward to it.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Michael. And Phillip, of course, taking a look at Melbourne Cup Day, 2nd of November. If you do want to get tickets to this event in Cambridge, just jump on the website, First Tuesday, that's all one word, .co.nz, and that's first written out as the full word, firsttuesday.co.nz for tickets. And that's all that we have got time for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, tomorrow is the Matamata My Tag, My Town skate day. Make sure you pop down to the skate park between 11 and 1 because it's going to be loads of prizes to be given away. Thanks for joining me. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you again Monday.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.